Hello and welcome to our podcast. I'm Marisa,
And I'm Mariana.
and we're the Krolmeister sisters. Just as a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for strong language and mature themes.
And if you would like a podcast that does not have these things in it, then go to hers very own podcast, Unlocked. Why are you laughing, sister? Do I have to be stupid every time?
No, I'm remembering that the episode that just went up of Unlocked, they interviewed the voice actress for Dr. Quigley Kim, and I was like, okay, well, let's go hear what her normal voice sounds like. Her normal voice sounds pretty much like Quigley Kim, but not quite as nasal. But
what I could not get. She also did.
I can't remember. All I know is that I got maybe 2 minutes in before going, I can't listen to this woman's voice.
No, if she legitimately although that does make it kind of funny where it's like it sounds very nasal for some reason. I don't know why. So it's nice that she's self-aware then.
Yeah. But yes. It's not quite as nasal, but it's still the same tone, and so I was just like, no.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are we talking about today, sister?
Today, maybe a long one, because we're actually going to talk about one of my absolute favorite games, Shadow at the Water's Edge.
There you go.
I got all the letters mixed up, and I was like, what does WAS mean? Nope, SAW.
Good job.
I got this.
Yes,
Shadow at the Water's Edge.
Yes, on our promo material for tonight, I forgot the word "the," so it was just Shadow at Water's Edge.
That's okay.
I'm like, I already flattened that image. We're not going back.
No. Screw that.
Exactly. Okay, so what do we like about it? Everything.
Well, the game.
The game. Definitely.
You know when you put the disc in and the game happens?
Pretty much.
I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love everything about this game. I love the characters. I love the music. I love it's so pretty. Everything about it's so pretty. Great color palettes for each different location.
Yeah, seriously.
Because there's even a difference between Yumi at work and when she in her apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So there's I don't know. It gives everything character, and I love it. Let's see. I love the story. I love the puzzles.
I think what really sets this one out, what makes it really stand out from the other games, is that we actually it's a nice rounded out plot.
Yeah,
the motives are there.
They actually put thought into the plot.
Yeah. So it's the motives are actually there for things. They have all the not outcomes, endings, words.
Yeah.
There's a word I'm trying to think of. Anyway, but everything
words
seems
around it.
Yeah, everything really is seen through. There aren't huge holes in things in many of the other games.
Yes.
So
yeah, no, there are no. It is everything gets more or less dealt with.
It does.
Because I do. I don't know. I really like the whole story. I think that the fact that it's all about, this family who we want to reunite, even if we do it in the most tactless Nancy Drew way.
Yep.
Hey, can I talk about your dead mother? I have told you 17 times that we're not talking about this.
You're incredibly rude.
Hey, lady, old lady, let's talk about your dead daughter.
Your only daughter. Let's talk about her. She's dead, right? Do you think do you think you blame yourself for her death, which happened because you told her to do?
Want her to go see her lesbian girlfriend?
We'll get there.
I mean,
we'll get there. What don't we like about it?
Well,
I'm going to put in, I hate the premise that Nancy is going to Japan to teach Japanese when she doesn't have a teaching English as a foreign language certificate, which takes at least 2 years to do in college. And I'm just like, pisses me off. It pisses me off because it's not simple. Teaching.
There are things that piss each of us off because whenever there's something having to do with like the things that, you know, Reese has dealt with, like, you know, the foreign language stuff, she gets very upset.
It's
whenever
true.
it's like certain historical and archaeological things that I get a little upset.
Yeah.
And there's some crossover, you know.
Yeah.
But that is what Risa is. Well, that's what sets Risa off for this particular game.
It's just, and then they just let us go all willy-nilly on those kids' homeworks, and I'm like, excuse you, we are ruining these children's education.
I love doing it and just kind of like with the stamps, just kind of, just yeah, this one means this today, and
I'm like, I don't know what any of these stamps mean. There's no actual metric to any of this.
Exactly,
So I'm just gonna...
exactly. There's no metric to it, so it's like, I mean, he got the one letter wrong, but I guess I'm giving him a
happy face.
Green brown. I'm because there's like weird things where it's like it's a weird face to color thing, and I don't understand.
I'm like, I'll give them like the yellow happy face because it's not completely right, green, or completely wrong, red. So in the middle, you know, yield.
It's a yield sign. It is.
Okay. What else do we not like about this game?
Oh. Basically, and it's not because I don't like it as a plot line. It's not. I don't like the whole dealing with the whole. I don't like the whole fact that I don't know. I just don't like that Rentaro is all he's gaslighting her because it hurts my stomach.
Yeah.
I don't like it. But I understand it needing to be there.
Yeah. It's just...
Oh, and
I was wondering where you were going with this, but it's okay.
I forgot which one I put for where.
Okay.
I don't like knowing that there's supposed to be a convention going on, hearing some sounds, seeing no people, because it makes me feel like we're not existing, and it gives me a mild panic attack.
Just mild one though. Yeah, it's just weird because if you've ever been to a really busy convention, like we've been to San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So there is no place in the convention that is not busy because it's like there's always, even right outside the convention, there's tons of people.
For like 3 blocks around the convention.
Exactly.
And this is...
And it's understandable why in the game that happens, but why can't we just be like in a little, instead of being in the lobby, why can't we just be in an actual little cafe? You know?
Even exactly. A little secluded cafe. Like that's definitely off the... Because then you wouldn't know you're at the convention center. Come on. I mean, you couldn't just post posters or something that say, "Oh, this convention."
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it's not like that. Like, you don't just like hear some people and you're locked out of the convention.
It's very much like in Hot Kettle Cafe, where there's like this room is closed by engagement. And you can hear everyone, but then like you walk by and you can see in there and there's nothing in there, and you're like,
that's exactly it. That's when it's like, is Nancy a ghost? Is she real?
She's real, but she's existing and slightly out of sync with everyone else.
She's like
2 seconds out of sync.
Yeah.
Fine.
She fell asleep on the airplane when time was trying to...
Exactly. Actually.
Okay.
So, who is our favorite character?
I love them.
I know. All of the characters are really fun, I think, in different ways. And I really enjoy interacting with all of them. Well, almost all of them. But we're not there yet. So I
Well,
love
even
interacting
if you
with
don't
them.
like, even if you don't enjoy interacting with them, that you still like them and they're a good character.
Exactly. It's true. They're all good characters. Even if, they're not good people, but
No,
they're good characters. But I think Yumi to me is my favorite because she's the most fun for one, and also
yes,
she's done with the bullshit.
yeah, she's she's like, I've adopted this cheerful persona because I'm not gonna take any of your bullshit.
I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
I love it. Like, if this were a real person, it might get a little on the annoying side every once in a while.
Oh yeah,
But she's a
definitely.
cartoon character, so I ain't give a fuck. She can be as adorably annoyed as she'd like.
Pretty much. But yeah, that's who I like the best in the game.
I do love Yumi. She's amazing, and I love her fashion. And I wish that I could just go around dressed like that as a person. Although I'm pushing 30, so maybe it's not a good time in my life to be dressing like that. But
Whatever.
I also love Savannah. She's one of my favorite phone friends.
Yeah.
The entirety of Nancy Drew.
I mean,
I don't know what it is. I love Savannah.
I love her, especially in Ghost of Thornton Hall, though, because I love anyone who's like, I have this crazy paranormal feeling. My ex-boyfriend has called me to come and help with the whole situation. However, I don't want to see my ex-boyfriend, so I'm sending you instead.
I don't feel like talking to him.
I mean, pretty much.
It did not end well.
I know. Oh, that's what I like about her the most. Is she's just like, yeah, I know I really should get involved in this. However,
Yeah. There's something about I'm going to get involved in this as much as I can without actually dealing with anybody. I know that I have these problems and I'm not going to face them.
I also like that whole storyline where we kind of pimp out Bess a little bit.
Yes.
Be able to get in touch with Savannah.
I see. It's so funny because, like, okay, last time we talked about a game, I like railed on Nancy and them for pimping out Ned, but
Yeah.
I don't care so much about Bess. I think it's cuter. No, not because it's Bess, but because it feels like it's different. Because A, she doesn't feel like she hasn't been like stalked by this person yet.
That's
and
true.
B, doesn't she end up kind of liking Logan?
She does. And also Bess is, she enjoys flirting. She enjoys going out with people, and he was buying her stuff, so.
Right? Exactly. So honestly, I don't feel as bad about that.
Yeah.
But it's funny that I apparently have some strange reasonings for double standard of
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if it was George, I'd feel awkward, and I would feel bad for her.
Oh, yeah, because George would be super uncomfortable with it.
Exactly. See?
Whereas Bess,
That's the
she's
difference.
just naturally, constantly, like, a little flirty person, so.
Yeah. And she's kind of like, hey, you want me to flirt with him to get us things? She's that kind of person.
You want me to keep flirting with him? No, Bess, it's fine. We don't need this anymore. Are you sure? Because I can do this.
Pretty much. But who's our least favorite character?
Oh my god. Takai.
Yeah, okay. So Takai, she's not like a completely terrible person.
No, I mean, she's not a great person.
No, she's not a great person. But she's not like evil or anything. But she is so irritating to interact with because you try to have any sort of conversation with her and it takes 5 million years because they haven't invented the skip button yet.
Exactly.
I think that's the worst part to me, is that it's like they just won't. We can't skip it. So it's like she just talks, and if I've played the game before, I know what she's saying. Or even if I haven't played the game before, I can read it faster than she says it. So I can just skip. I just want to skip. I don't want to spend 5 hours talking to this woman.
I understand that it's like, oh, she, English isn't her first language. She's doing this slowly so that she can make sure to get her point across. I understand that, but that does not work in video game form.
It does not.
Like, it is insufferable. I cannot stand it. And
ooh, this is gonna be fun this week.
I will be playing Shadow at the Water's Edge, and it's gonna be great. Love it. But also, okay, she does this. I don't know. It's when talking to her, she does this thing that I have now experienced a lot at my job with old people.
Yeah.
Where they just are very stern and they're very set in their this is how things should be, which you understand that, but they're like, it's to a weirdly passive aggressive point, and you can only sort of smile and nod. It's horrible. I hate it so much. It's one of my least favorite parts of my job.
Yeah. Also, I feel like she's just kind of like a bad person because she has to like justify to herself why she's right, and that makes everything okay. And I think that's what gives me like, and I know there are other people who have worse issues in this game. Rentaro, I mean, obviously someone who's justifying what he's doing by the end result is awful. But for some reason, I don't care as much because he doesn't actually think he's right, really, when you get down to it.
I don't know. He might.
I mean, true.
Like,
but Takai,
she's kind of a sociopath.
I mean, a little bit. But
a little bit.
She's like, she's beating up on herself for like, maybe I was the one who was supposed to have cleaned those things. I know where everything is, and she slipped and fell, right? But at the same time, she's also, doesn't really matter because I was right in the fact that she needed to not go out that night.
She needed to not go and see her friend because I was terrified of her, leaving. And that's honestly that I just your daughter is dead because you didn't want her going and seeing her friend that you thought filled her with crazy ideas of leaving and pursuing her own dreams.
Yeah.
Then again, Kasumi?
Yeah.
Kasumi? Kasumi kind of allowed that to happen.
Well, yeah, but as you put in the notes,
she was a grown adult with 2 children, and she could have just fucking left. But at the same time, I understand her not.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. So what's our favorite puzzle/moment?
Every fucking puzzle in this game, sister.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a single one that I dislike in this game. I have some issues with the bento boxes, as I've said before.
I forgot about the bento boxes when I was going off on my list of what I love about this game.
But other than that, I like pretty much all of the puzzles.
I think it's primarily logic-based puzzles. It's not so much the pattern recognition ones. It's a matter of it's all deductive reasoning, and there are some inductive steps. Anyway, not the point. But no, yeah. So like the bento boxes, it's all that logic. There's bless you. There's all the number puzzles. There's the puzzle box. There's
oh God.
Holy crap. I love everything.
Yes, a lot of them are really good. Even like the picture backing, I enjoy. I love that kind of thing. Same with when we're actually, this is weird, but the one where we're drowning and we're trying to get out and we're having to get out, I actually really like that puzzle, despite how very, very stressful it is, since I'm terrified of drowning.
Yeah.
So, despite that, I still think it's fun.
Yeah. The puzzle. Sorry, I'm gonna go off on this is a very good puzzle game.
It is.
This is a wonderful puzzle game. This is and the mini games, because there's pachinko. That's super fun. There is no downside to pachinko. It's bright lights and flashing
fun
and
music
and bing, 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 bing. It's great. There's no downside to pachinko.
I mean, in the game. In real life, the downside to pachinko is losing all your money.
I mean, that's kind of a problem in the game, but I don't care as much because woo-wee!
But I think also the what was I gonna say? Oh,
Oh,
even though a lot of the puzzles are like, I know we usually go off on puzzles that don't make much sense in context. So like the nonograms and stuff like that.
yeah.
I mean, we understand that it doesn't actually work in context on that in the final big giant one. But in the rest of it, I feel like a lot of the puzzles do make more sense. Um,
Hmm.
what they're doing, obviously, like the light lock one when we're trying to get out of the fucking room, that doesn't make any sense. But I still enjoy the puzzle. So at
Hmm.
least it's like an interesting puzzle to do instead
And
of
even the planning for in terms of what Nancy takes and why, or what okay, so like in the end,
Mhm.
spoilers, in the end, when we are trying to catch Rentaro, and then we pick up his if you do it right, you pick up his little recorder thing, and you start recording. And that, I don't know, I like that because they give you a display. It's, you have to choose between all these things that fell out of the bag, and it's you take the
Yeah,
wrong one and you screwed up. So I don't
exactly.
know, I like that kind of.
Yeah, its
it,
actions
it,
have
it ties
consequences.
it ties things together just very nicely.
Yeah.
I like it.
And
Sorry.
also, moment wise, not talking about puzzles, finding the
Mm,
letters from Marianne, that's like
so
heartbreaking.
good.
And we are terrible people and hate ourselves. So
And
anything that's heartbreaking
we're millennials.
is
That's what we
immediately,
do.
yeah,
We
it's
love
just
being sad. Just get
apparently,
real sad.
play this game, you get nice and sad. So,
Nice and sad. All right, we're gonna play Shadow of the Waters for Edge. Who's ready to get real sad?
yeah, let's get fucking sad.
Yeah. Be depressed about everything
Pretty
because
much.
there's a daughterless mother. There are motherless daughters. There's a very broken young man who spent all of his life with this family for some strange reason. I don't know what his home life was like.
Yeah.
There's
But yeah,
everything's so depressing.
it's so depressing. And that's, isn't that sad though? That like
Bring crush for the game.
two out of our three favorite games are like
Yeah.
really depressing.
What's our depressing? What's our one of our favorites that's not depressing? Oh no, I
Um,
guess like
chat like didn't
Danger
wasn't
on Deception
Dangerous Deception
Island. Yeah.
Island? Yeah, that's not depressing.
No, that's not depressing. I like how we know exactly which ones are in our top three, even though we haven't actually spoken saying these are. I guess we did our.
We did. We did our top and bottom games. We've done that.
Shh. Is that what it came out to?
Oh, I think it was the top five and
No, I
bottom
mean
five.
our tops and bottoms.
Our
Anyway,
tops and bottoms.
let us continue forward.
So, what's our least
Please.
favorite puzzle? I'm gonna tell you my least favorite puzzle slash moment, which is that fucking cat. I hate it so much.
Oh, it's so awful.
I
I
hate
hate
it.
it.
I
I
can't.
feel like if I was given that cat by my boyfriend, I would not think it was cute and everything. I would think he hated me and wanted me dead. That's not
Ah,
indicative of my boyfriend. That's indicative of the object because it is nightmare fuel.
it is. It is. It's awful. Like, yeah, just. Ugh.
Oh, it's because I love cats and I can't have one. No, no, that's terrifying. Get rid of it. It has Satan attached to it.
Satan attached to it.
It has Satan attached. He's got a little tag on there. I don't
Um,
know.
and you already said your least favorite part was
Yeah,
catching
I
Rentero and having to
yeah.
deal with that because it's just what kind of thing has to happen to a person to make him think that he's doing it in her best interest? Because that's the worst part is he thinks he's doing it in her best interest. Yeah, I'm just trying to torment my girlfriend who kind of blames herself for her mother's death. Just a little bit because everyone in this family blames themselves for Kasumi's death. I'm just going to torment
Everyone.
her with her mom's ghost so that she can move away with me.
No, it's fine.
Like, really?
Like,
Really, dude?
okay, that is something I'm going to question. Why did you think this was the route to take, Nintendo?
I
Of
mean,
all the things you could have done. You stupid bitch. I just...
I mean, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's frustrating, I think, in a way, because it's like
Yeah.
you're kind of rooting for him for the whole game,
Yeah.
even when I knew it was him, because, you know, I think it's pretty easy to guess who the culprit is on most Nancy Drew games. I don't think there's a single one
Yeah.
where we were surprised.
Especially in this one, it's like, oh, it's Takai trying to make people do the exact opposite of what she wants them to do. No, it's Yumi, because she has
No motive.
absolutely zero motive.
Like, the only other person it might have been was Miwako, who it's like, yep, she's just snapped. She's
Miyako is snapped. She actually is, she thinks she is that ghost lady. She's like, no, it's not me!
Yeah. That's...
Yeah.
Also, what I don't like the bento boxes
I know, sister.
as a puzzle, because one, they're just kind of boring logic puzzles to me, and two, they look disgusting. I mean, okay, I'd eat the rice ones, but the egg ones look disgusting. The egg ones look like they're made of plastic. And that's not what bento boxes look like, because bento boxes are adorable and cute, and I think...
In all fairness, sister, they look like they're made of plastic because they're just cartoons.
Shut up. They're not cartoons, they're CGI. Come on. Get it together.
CGI and cartoon are basically the same.
You heard it here, folks. CGI and cartoons are the same thing. Let's
quote me on that.
Let's let the folks at Disney know that it's time to go back to 2D animation, because it's exactly the same thing as CGI.
Exactly the same thing. You just need to stop trying to complicate it. Jesus.
Obviously.
I was distraught when they closed the 2D animation.
I know. I don't understand why, honestly. It's still,
they just
like, I get it.
Ones that all look the same.
I get that it takes more effort and shit, because it takes way longer to do, not more effort, but it takes way longer to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand, but at the same time, it looks so much better. Like, if you look at Princess and the Frog and compare that to Frozen, which one looks better? Like, let's be serious.
Definitely Princess and the Frog. Well, and if nothing else, I don't know. Anyway.
Let's find our crackpot theory. Do you have one, sister?
Yes.
Okay.
My crackpot theory is that the ghost girl was real. Now, hold on.
Okay, I'm waiting.
She was real, but not necessarily in all those instances. See, what happened was there was a ghost girl, and she's why Kasumi's dead.
Oh.
Okay, she actually, you know that part where it looks to, you know, when we're cutting in the water, and it looks to us like the ghost girl's on top. See, that's because that's how Kasumi died. Oh. But you know why that plays into this? Because Rentaro is the only one who saw it.
Oh.
The only one who saw it, and that's why he's fucked up. And so he carried that around with him. And that's the real reason he wants to get the fuck out of there. Because he knows there's a fucking murderous ghost girl running around. And that, my dear sister, is my crackpot theory.
That's your crackpot theory?
My crackpot 3.
My crackpot 3.
Crackpot 3.
The slayer of the vampires.
Exactly.
My crackpot theory is that the reason that the robot cat is super scary is because Kasumi her soul has bonded to the robot cat.
No! Fucking Satan cat!
No, it's Kasumi's soul has bonded to the robot cat, and its terrified meows are a woman trying to warn her daughter about
that sounds about right.
her terrible boyfriend.
Get out of this relationship.
Okay.
You know what? I don't think I chose the right medium for this, but I'm going to keep trying at this. I've already bonded.
Okay, those were our crackpot theories. We want to hear yours. So please leave us a comment on our YouTube, our SoundCloud, or send us a message on our Tumblr, our Twitter, anywhere.
Again, big advocate of dreams, or
Send me a stone tablet.
signals. Okay, so like if you liked our crackpot theories, I would like you to manifest that approval in the form of a yellow butterfly. In my life. Find a yellow butterfly, make it a sign.
Yes. But yeah, and don't forget to follow us on Twitch and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Stalk us on Facebook. I don't know.
Please don't.
Actually, please don't stalk me on Facebook.
Actually, you can't really. You can go right ahead and look me up. Everything's shared with friends.
Yeah, pretty much. But yes, so I'm Risa.
My boss could find out me saying bad things.
I'm Risa.
And I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters, and we're asking you guys to stay sleuthy.